All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to USA Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Khadashia from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson. And really, I wanted to do a response lesson to a comment that I seen on the brother's page. You know, you should definitely subscribe to this brother's channel. You know, this is one of the elder brothers right here in Chicago, GMS Chicago Kingdom Come. And, you know, they went into a lesson. Let me see, Salakia.
According to the scriptures.
Let me put this on real quick. You know, these brothers, you know, they went into a lesson and basically going into who's Esau Edom and how he's important in prophecy, right? And you had this guy, you know, comment, and he basically put reprobates more to the truth than blaming Esau.
49.
Right? So then the brother did a response lesson. The elder brother did a response lesson to him. I watched the whole thing. And, you know, this guy commented again, right? Because obviously this guy is hurt, you know, for whatever reason, you know, you know, this guy, he's just, you know, he has the spirit of a woman right now, man. And he's just completely ignoring what's being said. You know, he's being emotional, right? And then on top of all that, he's teaching the wrong thing. So, you know, on top of all those things, really, he's being prideful, man. He's changing up the doctrine, right? And I basically just wanted to do a response to the comment that he made, because he said, you know, to the whole video, he basically said, I thought we were supposed to teach the gospel. The gospel ain't got nothing to do with teaching Esau all damn day. The Lord didn't even teach Esau. Man, bro, this guy's gone, man. He said, and then he commented a couple of scriptures. He put Matthew 9 and 35 through 36, and he put 1 Corinthians 9 and 16. But I really wanted to really respond to the to what he said. He said, I thought we were supposed to teach the gospel. And where is the gospel found, right? Because when you're reading the scriptures, there's a certain chapter in Isaiah that actually talks about the gospel, right? That Yahushua, when he opened up the book right here, I'm going to get it, Luke 4 and 18. I'm going to start off at 17. It says Luke 4 and 17, and there was delivered unto him the book of Isaiah, of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And when you look, man, Yahushua, he was reading right out the scriptures. It says that he was in the book of Isaiah, in the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when you actually read, this is the gospel right here. This is the good news. The fact that the Lord was out here preaching the good news to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, the ones that were captives, the ones that were blind, the ones that were bruised. Who were that? Who were those people, man? Who were the ones that were poor? Who were the ones that were brokenhearted? Who were the ones that were captives, blind and bruised? Those were the Israelites. You see, this gospel is only for the Israelites. So when you go ahead and read Isaiah, the 61st chapter, we're going to read through that, man. Because this guy said, I thought we were supposed to teach the gospel. Well, let's read Isaiah 61. Let's read Isaiah 61, man. Let's read what's written in Isaiah 61. Because this guy wants to talk about how we're not supposed to talk about Esau. We're supposed to talk about the gospel, right? So let's read Isaiah 61. All right. This is Isaiah 61 and 1. It says, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, to the opening of the prison to them that are bound. And who are those people, man? Who are the ones that need to be who need their their broken heart bound up? Who are the ones that are captives? Who are the ones that are bound? Who are the ones that that ultimately who this good news is for? Is the Israelites. And this really, the reason why it's good news is because, look, man, we've been under captivity, we've been under affliction, and we've been, look, like it says in the book of Maccabees, what nation has not had a part in let me just get it, man, because all these other nations have had a part in taking us down. It says First Maccabees 2:10, what nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? So what nation? We've gone from captivity to captivity, man. From captivity to captivity. And till this day, we are still in captivity, man. And the reason why this gospel, why it resonates with us, why it resonates with our spirit, is because this good news is for us. The Lord is going to come and deliver us out of this captivity, man. He's going to come and bind up the broken heart, man. He's going to come and deliver us, the ones that are bound. You see? Out of the hands of our enemies. Did this guy not even read Luke, the first chapter, man? Let me get that as well, because now I'm fired up, man. Guys like this are going to get destroyed, man, because they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about at this point. You know, they're just being emotional. But it says right here, Luke 1:68 says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people. And has raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. And that's another thing too, man. The Lord is coming back to raise up the house of David. When David, when he was the king over Israel, all these other nations were in subjection to us. They were serving us. The Moabites, the Edomites, all right? All the ites, they were all serving us under King David. And Yahushua is coming back to raise up the tabernacle of David, as in the days of old. So what is this guy talking about, man? See, guys like this are done, man. They don't know what they're talking about. This guy's been talking about the new covenant for the past year, man. I'm not even playing when I say that. Go look at this, man. This guy, for the past year, look, the new covenant, gospel of the kingdom, various topics, and all he's talking about is the new covenant Gentiles. You see? The new covenant Gentiles, the new covenant discussion. Every other video is the new covenant, bro. What are you talking about, bro? The new covenant is just men, is for just men made perfect. Like what? For the past year, right? Because he hasn't gone out since last year. Look, the last time he went out was a year ago. Live lessons, street teaching. That was streamed a year ago. So for the past year, this guy has just been teaching the new covenant. All he's been teaching is the new covenant. Look, 11 months ago, the Holy Spirit is in the new covenant. Those of God teach the new living covenant way. Look, bro, every other video and every damn video is about the new covenant, man. This guy is done. This guy is done, bro. If we really are in the new covenant, then why are you even teaching that we're in the new covenant? We should all know the Lord from least to greatest, nah? This guy is done, bro. But look, Yahushua, when he comes back, right? He's going to come to he's raising up the tabernacle of David as in the days of old, right? And look, when that gets fully implemented, when the kingdom really comes, right? When it gets put here on earth, all these other nations are going to be in subjection to us, especially Esau, for all the things that he has done to us, man. You think the Lord is not going to come back and recompense him for everything that he's done to our nation? Like, come on, man. And then he wants to talk about, I thought we were supposed to talk about the gospel. Hey, we're going to get back to that Isaiah 61, but let me finish this. It says Luke 1:70, it says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he spake to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us, that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. So Yahushua, he's going to come to what? To save us from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's who, look, Yahushua is going to come back to do exactly that. That's why this good news, this gospel, it resonates with us. This gospel, this good news is for the Israelites. They're the ones that need to get their broken heart bounded up. They're the ones, or bind it up. They're the ones that that need to get delivered from captivity. They're the ones that are bounded up, man, under the hands of their enemies. So what is this guy talking about, man? And when you keep reading Isaiah 61, let me keep reading Isaiah 61:2. It says, I'm going to start off at 1 again. It says Isaiah 61:1. It says, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. Who are the ones that are mourning right now? Why is the Lord going to come back to exact vengeance on all these other nations? Because ultimately he's doing this for the controversy of Zion. What is this guy even talking about, man? At this point, for the past years, only been talking about the new covenant. You don't know anything, bro. If you really are in the new covenant, right, and you're so wise and so deep, and you have all these new mysteries, right, then you shouldn't you have, you know, a whole plethora of topics to be going into. I mean, you're in the new covenant, right? You should be going into some really heavy, deep topics that we don't even know about. All right. I mean, you're in the new covenant, right? This guy's dumb. It says Isaiah 34:8. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. You see, so this is synonymous with that Isaiah 61 we just read. And when you read Isaiah the 34th chapter, it talks about how the Lord is going to literally destroy these nations, man. So what is this guy talking about, man? Because when the Lord comes back, the day of the Lord's vengeance, when Yahushua cracks those clouds, man, that's the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. That's when the Lord is going to look, man. What is Zephaniah 3:8 about? Wait ye upon me till I raise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, to pour out my indignation upon them, even all my furies. Bro, this guy don't even know what's gonna happen when the Lord comes back. He thinks Esau is gonna be saved. What are you talking about? You used to teach that Esau was gonna be destroyed, man. You used to make lessons that Esau, oh my God, man. I'm gonna just keep reading, man. It says Isaiah 61:3. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that they might be glorified. And that glory is only for the Israelites, man. It's not going to be for the entire world. It's not going to be for all the nations. It's not going to be for Esau, Edom. This good news, this gospel is not for Esau, Edom. And then he wants to talk about, well, aren't we not? I thought we were supposed to talk about the gospel. All right, let's keep reading then. Because this is in the same chapter that's going into the gospel, man. It says, and they shall build the old waste. They shall raise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. So the kingdom is going to get built back up. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. So what does that mean? Because this is in the same chapter talking about the gospel. So we're talking about the gospel right now. This guy wants to talk about, I thought we were supposed to talk about the gospel. Well, this is in the chapter that's talking about the gospel. It's saying that strangers, it says, verse 5, and strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. So they're going to be our slaves, man. They're going to be doing our work for us. They're going to be, they're literally going to be our slaves, man. You see? It says, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, the other nations, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. It says, for your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion ye shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. So the reason why the Lord is gonna, because ultimately we've been put to shame. Everywhere, every captivity that we've been into, every other place that we've been into captivity, right? We've been put to shame in those lands. But in the kingdom, it says that for your shame you shall have double, and for confusion you shall rejoice in their portion. So we're going to be eating the riches of the Gentiles, man. We're going to be beating Esau over the head with an iron, like it says in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. We're going to have let me just get it, man. Because the men that overcome, the Lord is going to give them power to judge the nations. We're going to have all these other nations in captivity, man, especially Esau, Edom. And you think we're not going to be beating the fuck out of him in the kingdom, man? You think we're not going to make him do some heavy, hard labor? Just like how he made our people do heavy, hard labor? You think the Lord isn't going to recompense that? This nigga literally forwarded the affliction, and this guy wants to talk about, there's more to this gospel than to blame Esau. This nigga is done, man. It says Revelation 2:26, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So what do you think that means, man? That we're going to rule over these nations with a rod of iron. That they're going to be that they're going to be broken to shivers. What do you think that means, man? What do you think that means? Because he wants to talk about, I thought we were supposed to teach the gospel. The gospel ain't got nothing to do with teaching Esau all damn day. But we just read that in the chapter where the gospel is mentioned, right? That they're gonna be our vine dressers and our plowmen. That for our shame we're gonna receive double, right? So what is this guy talking about, man? I don't even think he knows the gospel or the good news at this point. He's completely lost it. But I'm going to go back to that Isaiah, the 61st chapter. I'm going to finish it out and I'm going to close out. But it says right here, says Isaiah 61:8, for I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery. for burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them, and their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord blessed, or which the Lord has blessed. So when our people, when all these other nations look at our people, when they look at the seed, when they look at our, because in the kingdom, we're going to be on a whole different level, man. We're going to have new bodies. We're going to be actually in the new covenant, which this guy goes off on, right? We're going to be immortal. We're going to be gods. We're going to be, we're going to be princes. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua, Lord willing, if we be of that number. And when people look at us, they're going to acknowledge, when these other nations look at us, man, they're going to acknowledge that they are the seed which the Lord has blessed, not these other nations, right? The Lord, look, man, the Lord doesn't care about these other nations. To him, they're counted as spittle. He don't care about them. He cares about the apple of his eye. He cares about Yasharallah. He cares about his own people, man. And this guy wants to talk about, this guy is done, bro. It says Isaiah 40:15, behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. So are we supposed to trust this guy that's telling us, oh, we shouldn't be talking about Esau? There's more to this truth than blaming Esau, right? Look, man, we're supposed to prophesy against Mount Seir. The Lord don't care about these other nations, man. And we got to let them know that they're going to be judged. Esau, Edom is going to go into slavery, man. That's part of the good news. Part of the good news is knowing that these other nations are going to go down, man. You think that's not part of the good news? Look, man, let me read this. And I want this guy to tell me, was Jeremiah in the wrong spirit when he said this? Because Jeremiah said, I want them to be just as I am, right? It says right here, Lamentations 1:21, they have heard that I sigh, there is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Look, man, when we fell as a nation, this is another thing why it pisses me off that this guy is saying this. When we fell, Esau, Edom was rejoicing at that, man. They were rejoicing at the fact that we fell as a nation. They were looking at our people and saying, is this the beauty? Is this... Man, let me get that as well, man, because how the fuck can this guy be talking about this? Like he's so confident in it. He's fucking stupid, man. I didn't even want to insult the guy, but man, he's fucking stupid, bro. He's really fucking stupid, man. It says right here, because look, I'm gonna read the mentality that these other nations were in, especially Esau, Edom, man. It says Lamentations 1:15, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. So when we fell as a nation, to them it was like, damn, dream come true. Israel fell. Let's party, man. Let's go. This is the day we've been looking for. When they fell, they rejoiced at our fall, man. And not only did they rejoice at our fall, but they forwarded the affliction, man. Go read what Esau did to our people, man. There's a book that I always bring out. It's called A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. Go read that book, man. Go read what Esau was doing to our people, man. And then I want you to tell me the same fucking stupid ass comment that you made, that there's more to this truth than blaming Esau. This guy's done, bro. But let me read this again. This is back in Lamentations 1 and 21. It says, they have heard that I sigh. There is none to comfort me. All mine enemies have heard of my trouble. They are glad that thou hast done it. Thou wilt bring the day that thou hast called, and they shall be like unto me. Let all their wickedness come before thee, and do unto them as thou hast done unto me for all my transgressions, for my sighs are many and my heart is faint. So was Jeremiah in the wrong spirit for wanting this? I want to ask this guy. Well, was Jeremiah the prophet in the wrong spirit for wanting to recompense all these other heathen, especially Esau, Edom? Was he in the wrong spirit for wanting the Lord to bring all their wickedness upon them? Was he in the wrong spirit for wanting them to be like him? I want this guy to answer the question, man. Because this guy, according to him, we're not supposed to talk about Esau. And then he said the Lord didn't even teach Esau. I mean, this guy... Oh, my man, bro. I'm not even gonna... This guy's dumb, bro. He's not even set at the defense for the gospel. He's set at the defense for Esau, man. He don't even know what he's talking about. He's a Christian, bro. The book of Obadiah, there's literally a whole book dedicated to to Esau's downfall, man. Go read the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah, man. Go read Ezekiel the 35th chapter. What is this guy talking about, man? So the Lord is gonna save Edomites, the same ones that persecuted us when Babylon fell, when Haman wanted to literally put us on the gallows. That nigga was an Edomite. How about Antiochus Epiphanes, man? When he wanted everybody to be one people and he was killing our people for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He didn't want us to proclaim ourselves to be, he didn't want us to proclaim ourselves to be, Israelites anymore, but Greeks. All these heathen, what they've done to us, and we're not supposed to talk about the heathen? We're not supposed to talk about Esau? What about when Herod was trying to kill the Lord as a baby? That nigga he was a fucking Edomite, bro. What are you talking about, man? And more recently, how about all the atrocities that they did to our people during the transatlantic slave trade, man? All the rape, robbery, and murder. Go read what they did to us, man. They were turning us into wallets. They were using our women's breasts as pouches for, to carry their money. They were cutting off our rods and putting them in jars to display them. They were taking pictures with us every time we would get, lynched. They were buck breaking us, man. They were throwing us off boats, and this nigga wants to be set at the defense for Esau. This nigga needs to shut the fuck up, man. That's what the fuck he needs to do, man. He needs to shut the fuck up. And look, and another thing too is, man, when you read the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, you know what? I'm gonna end it off with that, man, because now I'm fired up, bro. This nigga don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man. I'm gonna go get my Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This nigga is dumb, bro. He don't know what he's talking about, man. Because when you go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it literally says that he's gonna be the only nation that was not promised mercy, man. So what is this guy talking about, man? Let me go. I got it right here. I got the Zondervan Bible Dictionary on deck, bro. And I'm gonna read the definition for you so you could. Look, man, this guy is done. talking about we're not supposed to talk about Esau. This guy is done, bro. Let me get the definition real quick. It says right here, Edom. This is page 142 in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. It says Esau. Edom. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. So look, man, we're supposed to be going into those great future judgments. And this guy wants to talk about this gospel, this good news, this truth is more about it is more about than just blaming Esau. But right here in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, we're reading that he's the scene of great future judgments. It says then it lists the actual scriptures. It talks about Isaiah the 34th chapter. It goes into Isaiah the 63rd chapter. And this guy's talking about we're not supposed to talk about Esau. It says she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. I'm going to read it one more time so it can marinate. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. So, why are we're not supposed to talk about that? Why? What? How are we not supposed to talk about that? They're the only nation that was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High, and this guy says we're not supposed to talk about that? Get the fuck out of here, man. We drank of the cup. We fell. The Lord punished us, and you think these heathen are gonna go unpunished? This nigga is stupid as fuck, man. It says right here, Jeremiah 25 and 29, it says, "For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts." So just like how the Lord judged us as a nation, the city which is called by his name, just how we didn't go unpunished, these heathen are not going to go unpunished, man. They're going to be recompensed for all the trouble that they did unto us. That's part of the good news. That's literally the faith and the patience of the saints. Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 10. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints. Those that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the faith and the patience of the saints. And this guy wants to talk about we're not supposed to talk about that? Man, this guy is dumb, bro. You know, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us this truth. Shalom and Abba.